Why it's making us go live through Europe.
Because Europe rocks your sock sores.
Doesn't make any sense.
Because Europe rocks your sock sores.
Doesn't make any sense. Mute.
What up with my crazy hair, boys? I get my hair cut on Thursday. What?
Who cares? Mute the stream, bro.
Oh yeah, I gotta mute the stream. Oh, is a first in chat. What in the butt? Me and John just got some like bad teammates.
Yeah, on CS:GO, it was bad. It was just bad news, man. Just all around bad news. Come here, you.
I am one of the worst CS:GO players on the planet, and even I understand like the strategy of CS:GO. I may not be the best aimer, like I may be the worst aimer on the planet actually, but even I know like John is like yells at me, he's like, "Don't make fucking noise."
Okay, way to swear on the stream like 5 seconds in, dude. What are you doing?
I'm so sorry. I'm punished. I'm out.
Anyway, look at what I have, Steven. Look at what I have. It's mine. It's
doggy?
mine, and I have it.
Is it doggy?
No, you'll see it. Oh, my tournament got pushed back to the 21st. Thumbs up.
But Steven took 3rd place. Woot woot.
Oh, here. Okay, it's on screen now.
Oh man! Oh god! It's so good. That Blood Angels book, man.
I got it. It's mine.
Yeah, I took 3rd place though. What? Adam won, of course. He didn't play E. Haley. He played E. Kane. I found out that I am a really bad list builder. The E Magic list did not do what it was intended to do at all.
Although Steven the Baddie.
To be fair, I was playing a globally ranked player, and I did have my caster on his caster. I just ran out of attacks.
What caster did he have that you ran out of attacks?
P-Scar.
Was she camping all her focus or something?
She was armor 26.
Oh, she was under feet, huh?
Yeah, and I still got her down to 4 boxes.
You couldn't, like, wait one more turn to go in?
No, I could not. he kind of pounded my face in on his feet turn.
Right.
I mean, I probably could have killed a couple more things. Like, I probably could have cleared a lot of models out, but he still had, like, a full unit of Bane Knights to go. And, it was just, like, I knew what was coming. He was just going to out-scenario me. So I had to make this assassination run, and I almost got it. Like, he even told me, like, it was a good play. But, you know, bad matchup. So, never give up in tournaments, boys. Never give up. But I did beat... Is the stream there? Still live?
Yeah, it's there.
So, again, tell you about the rest of the tournament, though. So, the first round I got dropped against this Menoth guy. And I was really dreading playing Menoth. But Carter, the globally ranked player, actually ended up the 2nd round against this. He talked like,
why are you lagging super hard, dude?
Meat Mountain.
Yeah, you're lagging like super hard. Internet connection problem. Yeah, that's not true. Skype is just not having it right now. Just not having it at all. I don't know if it's my internet or his. Obviously, it's not mine because I'm not dropping any frames. It's streaming to the internet. So it's got to be his internet. Sucking it up real good. In the meantime, I will give an update to Mr. Izza about his Dark Eldar. I have it here. Hey, look. Your internet's decided to stop sucking, huh?
Okay, there we go. I'm now back.
All right.
Okay, are we back? Can you hear me? So what was your question, John?
I
I said Harbinger can't cheat through my armor.
I don't know. I don't remember that I had a question. My question I think had to do with the fact that your audio was really bad
Okay.
while you lagged out there.
Well, basically what Carter said to me was like, don't get worried. He can't cheat through your armor, and that's what happened. Like I ended up winning on dice down because we were taking full turns. But I killed Avatar with 5 weapon masters. He couldn't retaliate at all because I jammed up his Vengers before they got a charge off. It was 2-1, but he only had like next point, like next turn before dice down, he would have had no army left. So, and he even knew it too. He's like, yeah, I would have lost that game anyways. Then round 2 came when I was on second to first table, and of course, I drew Carter. The one matchup, like, there were 3 other people, like, I was like, please put me against. Like, I could beat any of them. I have Meat Mountain. Even Modric 2 could do okay. And, of course, Steven and Carter. I was like, darn it. I'm a baddie. But it was a close game. He went on assassination. And then round 3 came, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know a lot about Retribution, John. Like, I don't know literally nothing about them.
Yeah.
But I dropped Meat Mountain into it, and again, like, Armor 21, he couldn't chew through it, because he didn't bring Virus 2 Griffin spam.
Yeah. What was he playing?
Kalisa.
So it was like a shooting list, probably?
It was, yeah, they had the Mittens, he had a Hyperion, 2 Phoenixes, and then a whole bunch of Arcanus to give focus out.
So basically his only strategy was hope he crit with the Hyperion to just consume your...
You can't crit.
Oh, right, because it's only small base models. So his whole strategy was, I hope I win, somehow. That was his strategy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pray your opponent rolls bad. But that list was annoying because first turn, my opponent can't run or charge, right? So I had to walk. And then he popped his feet on second turn. So I couldn't run or charge again, so I couldn't charge. So I ended up just running up there and engaging him and popping my feet to counter his and just sit there with armor 23. And he did like a box of damage.
Yeah.
And then my weapon masters just ate him alive. I killed 50 points of his army. I think all I had left was Kalisa and like a few Arcanus.
Yeah. But he had... Even the Hyperion couldn't kill stuff? Like...
Hyperion, well, he kept it in the bag and kept shooting it because it was protecting Kalisa.
Okay, so he still had the Hyperion.
No, I killed Hyperion.
By charging it or whatever?
Yeah, I killed the Phoenixes and the Asperus or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I just charged like 8 Weapon Masters into Hyperion with Under Stone. And just pew 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 pew, and it died.
Okay.
But his other list was Osiris double Hyperion.
Osiris.
So it would have been even worse of a drop.
Yeah.
Because then he would have been relying completely on double crit consume, which doesn't affect me at all.
Right.
So the Ret matchup honestly was a bit my favorite because of the list he brought, but I think Ret, like most of Ret, goes in favor of trolls as it is, just because they don't have an easy time cracking.
Unless they bring a lot of like Dawn Guard, what's it called? Sentinels. Mm-hmm. Those are like probably their best thing at cracking armor because I think they're power strength 12 weapon masters and they have vengeance and stuff, so they can chew through some stuff on the charge, especially. Their one downfall is they're only speed 5.
No, I totally agree with you on that. What was interesting about it though was like the Force Mittens dudes, the Mittens, the Arcane Battle Mages or whatever.
Yeah.
They were annoying, man.
Yeah, because they can move your stuff around.
But when you're only rolling 1 inch or 2 inches, like it really doesn't affect trolls that much. Because actually, what he did was he reset me up for a couple of charges. Like I would stay at retrains, and then he'd beat back me. He'd move me back, and I'd recharge in and get another extra damage dice.
Yeah, that
So
sounded kind of silly.
yeah, that Ret just really doesn't deal with trolls very well currently.
They don't deal with most hordes very well, I would imagine.
Uh,
Just
they do
because
they do
some
okay.
of their best units are things that get additional die against warjacks.
Ooh. That's maybe they do okay against Legion actually.
Yeah, I guess I would imagine I would guess Legion just because they do okay against things with lighter armor.
Lighter armor and lower model count.
Yeah.
And they can keep backing their beast. Like, they can just keep doing it. So the beasts never get to their warjack, so they always get the alpha off.
Well, I mean,
And the
most retribution jacks are speed 6 anyway, so it just is a matter of positioning, which the mages let you do.
And the phoenixes the jacks are just so good.
Yeah, the phoenixes are very good.
I'll give Red that. Their jacks are
plus
pretty good.
Imperatus is the character Phoenix is very good too.
Oh my gosh! Doesn't he come back to life too?
Yeah, as soon as you kill him, he gets all of his shields back and 1 box back in each of his systems. So he gets and he has 12 shields, so he gets 16 boxes back. Immediately. Yeah. You kill him and then he gets half his health back, and you're just like, well, congrats, Crab.
Balance champion. Thanks, Riot.
Thanks, Riot. Way to go, Volvo.
But that was my tournament. I did beat Carter in strength of schedule. We both tied 2-1. My opponents ended up going 2-1, 2-1, and 0-3, and his opponents went 2-1, 2-1, 0-3 as well. So, but then we went to control points, and I had 9, he had 2.
You would think at that point he would just win off the fact that he beat you.
That's not the way it works, though.
I know, but you would think it would be.
I'm glad it doesn't.
Maybe after strength of schedule, you would go to that, because that would make sense. The direct matchup. Okay, you go by the schedule, and then you go by a direct matchup.
Well, there were other people also that were, it was 3 people tied at that for the 2-1 spot. One guy flat out... I'm sorry, there's 4 people. One guy flat out won on strength of schedule, because he fought the winner, Adam, so he had 3 wins. And then he had a 2-win guy under his belt as well, so at 5. So he already beat me, Carter, and this other guy. So then you had 3 people, and I ended up winning the tiebreaker on that. So first place was Adam, second place was a guy Matt, very good Crix player, and then me at third with Trollblitz. So it went Signar, Crix, Trolls. It should go Trolls, 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 because Trolls is the best ever.
Should it, though?
It should.
Should it, though?
I wouldn't say I got wrecked, per se. I mean, the matchup wasn't in my favor.
You came to within 4 boxes of killing him.
Yeah, no, I came within 4 boxes of killing P-Scar under feet turn. I mean, most troll players would consider that a victory in itself. I thought it was just a really good game. You know, we really were strategizing, and you know, me and Carter, you know, I wouldn't say friends, but you know, we're really good acquaintances. You know, we always have fun together. We're not dicks to each other in the middle of the game. I mean, it was just a lot of fun. I made, you know, and the two new guys I played. But we can talk about, John, the new Colossals that are coming out.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
Oh, man!
Yeah, Privateer Press at TempleCon released in their keynote speech, they talked about new Colossals coming out. So they're pretty awesome.
It's the final.
A lot of them, I'm going to say they are not meant to be straight up gun platforms. They're definitely more of
boosting the army.
Right, they're more toolboxes, more kind of beneficial to the whole army as opposed to just putting out a lot of damage.
And I love that, by the way.
Yeah, the Kador one. The Kador one is easily the best one.
Is that, John? Are you sure you're not biased?
Definitely not biased. That is 100% a real thing.
So not Signar though, not the arc-noting Stormwall with 2 PAL 16s.
Nope, that one sucks.
The Kador.
If anyone ever takes that one, they're clearly bad at the game. The Kador one is a massive game changer for all of Kador.
I actually agree with John on this one. I think the army that got the biggest boost from theirs was Kador, with Menoth coming in second.
Yeah, the Menoth one actually is pretty good, just not as good as Kador because, let's face it, they're Menoth.
Like I said, like when you're boosting up the army in terms of what they got, Kador got some serious heavy support.
Yeah, like
Like
a super long range gun that
can be
can
boosted, that,
what?
that you
Yeah.
can boost and boost the range of with
How do you,
snipe and stuff.
Kador doesn't have snipe, so
You don't have snipe on the stick?
no, there's no way to get snipe on Kador currently.
Ah.
So I mean, it's probably going to be ranged like 20, right? Like at least the range of a regular mortar, if not longer.
And it's gonna be. I mean, you have low rat, but it might be a place effect. And if it's a place effect, it's GG.
Well, it's not. It's probably not going to be a place effect. Chances are, it's going to be an inaccurate weapon, so it's going to be like effectively rat 1. Because most colossals are base rat like 4, but with like fire for effect or fortune from Harkovich or something, then you can boost the to hit, so you actually have a decent. You get or like a free boost to hit, and then or you can just spend a focus, and it's just the ability to place a 5-inch rough terrain or set everything on fire or reduce the armor of or the defense rather of things that end up under the template.
You know what's gonna be really wild is if that armor defense debuff
it's
is
just
like,
defense. It's not armor.
No, but I mean, like, what if it says like model unit touched?
I probably won't. It'll probably just be models under the template. But yeah, I mean,
how crazy would that be?
It could be even more crazy if they allow that to happen. But I don't think they will. I think they'll keep it.
I don't think that would be too.
I think they'll keep it good while not being insane.
The fire one is where you guys made your money back. Like that is
being able to set things on fire is pretty nice.
Oh man, because now you guys you can bring that against Crix.
Yep.
And they will die before they get to and they can't bring them back that turn, etc., etc.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
I just like the idea of being able to rock the fire for effect on it, and since it's not a character, you can bond it to Epicaresque and stuff like that.
So let's talk about the Manoth one.
Sure.
2 Vanquisher cannons.
Reveals stealth.
Reveal stealth, and the model itself sees through stealth.
Yeah, pretty strong.
Whew. PAL 16. What's the AoE on the Vanquisher cannon normally?
3.
3?
Actually, it might be 4. I don't know. It'll probably be at least 4.
Oh, goodness.
My guess is what it will be.
The Ethiora list I already see coming out right now.
Yeah.
It is going to be happy fun time in Menoth.
In Menoth World, it should be.
Signar did get another great model, guys, in the arc noting.
I wonder what's it called? The winds thing will do. Do you think it's just gonna make it like within a certain distance, or if you move directly towards it, then you lose speed or something?
There's gonna be some rule involving movement speed with it.
Yeah, I imagine so. It's gotta be.
What could be interesting is like if you arc node a spell through it at like an offensive arc node, like you get bonus movement towards that model.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that'd be a cool way not to overpower it, but give it some uniqueness.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It would make not bringing it with Haley ideal because she doesn't want to spend her focus on time stop. So that'd be a really cool way to balance it. But yeah, they did get an arc noding Stormwall essentially with more powerful guns, but they did lose their covering fire guns thing, and Adam wasn't too happy about it. I was talking about it with him. He's like, it's good, but point for point, like when you're just out dueling with damage, he's like, I probably would still take Stormwall.
Well, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the actual rules yet, so he can't make that call yet.
Exactly, he was speculating. But the covering fire he's gonna miss, he said, because it really allows you to play further up the board. It really blocks a lot of lanes. So he said he's gonna miss that. I think the most interesting one that I'm excited to see is the Crix one, is the Sepulcher. Just because I think a lot of people are underrating it, just because it just makes bodies. Well, that's what Crix is designed to do.
Making bodies can be very hassle-some.
Oh my goodness, guys! Like making putting on bodies is crazy good for Crix. That's what they're designed to do.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think people are really not gonna give that one its fair shake.
Probably not.
Hyperion. Did you see the forums?
What?
Or what's it called? Not Hyperion.
Oh, the Helios.
Helios. People were ragging on that hard. They were not happy. Mainly because they love the crit consume. So essentially, you'd be taking away the crit consume.
Yeah, but if you want crit consume, then you can just take a Hyperion.
Well, yes, but I mean, I guess that's what people are understanding. Like, these are not meant to replace the old Colossals. These are meant to be
like
new
it's
missions.
like you would say that they built the Grolar on the Kodiak chassis. They got rid of the vent steam. What?
They didn't get rid of it.
They did. They didn't get rid of it. It's still on the Kodiak. You could still take a Kodiak. You can still take the other one. And you can take one of each if you want to.
And I think that's what people need to realize, especially.
Yeah.
And you haven't even seen the rules yet. You don't actually know the rules of these.
We just know the general idea of what they'll be doing.
They said that the force gates or whatever inside there is meant to boost your army, and then you have a gravitational gun. What if the gravitational gun is like a 20-inch pull?
It's not it's not a gravitational gun. It's a tractor beam.
Sorry,
and they specifically said that when you hit with it, it doesn't do actually any damage, but you can push a model 3 inches in any direction.
I mean, and so that's huge because you're opening up charge lanes. There's one rumor right now that said the way they worded it, it could be a spray that like opens up a 3-inch kind of thing.
I mean, it's a tractor beam, right?
Yeah, it's a beam. So I think that's really. Imagine if that was a spray. I bet you.
It's actually probably more likely a single shot.
Probably, but we can wish list, can't we?
I mean, it might have an infinite rate of fire though.
Ooh, or like a 3.
Or at least, maybe a high rate of fire. Well, infinite rate of fire is still only 1 plus however many focus you put on it shots.
I think the most interesting part of it, though, my favorite forum post, okay, was at the very end of the video. I'm going to preface this with some history. At the very end of the video, they previewed the Hordes one that's coming out in SmogCon.
Yeah.
Somebody on the Trollblood forum said, well, I wonder what they're going to do for the Mountain King. And one guy goes, brand new Mountain King with Hunter's Grim hat and glasses so he can try to see what he's actually hitting. I laughed really hard at that. So yes, Hordes Gargantuans will be out or previewed at SmogCon,
which is what is that, like a week away now? Yeah.
It'll be a week. It'll be not this weekend, but next weekend.
Right.
So that'll be really exciting. We'll have more stuff to talk about in 2 weeks on that front. I'll either be really, really happy or really, really sad. Probably really, really sad. So the QQs are gonna be
strong that week.
Balimus? What is that? What did you change my name? QQ Balimus.
Balimus, because you bailed last week.
Oh. Well, John knows why.
Doesn't mean you didn't bail. Just because you are, had a good reason to bail doesn't mean you didn't bail.
Tisk, John.
Tisk you.
Alright, so is there any GW news on the forefront?
More Harlequin rumors. There's actually, they were in White Dwarf with their little, jet bikes or whatever. What's it called? No, there's rumors of, even more new models for them and stuff. A dual kit, I think, is the latest rumor I saw on that.
I'm trying to find. Does anybody have the latest rumors or Starweaver, Bella Lost Souls, breaking news: new Harlequin, Starweaver, and character picks. You have the Solitaire, the Death Jester, the Shadow Seer, Company of the Threefold Stranger. Ooh.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that, John, because, I don't know, man, you may be getting some Harlequins.
Crix painting tips? Well, considering these aren't really, standard Crix colors, They're just like you just want the Roberto just wants dark bronze or dark tin type armor, and yeah, so it's really just tin armor with a patina wash and then a rehighlight. It's nothing really insightful going on here as far as the painting of it goes.
Oh, Skyweavers are the jet bikes.
Sure, yeah.
Weapon skill 5, ballistic 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, initiative 6, and a 4-up armor. 100 points gets you 2 Skyweavers, but you can take up to 4 more. So 300 for 6. Any model can replace the Star Bolas, 12-inch, strength 6, AP 2 blast, 1 use only. But in addition to bike guns, so they also have some guns in their bikes, with a Zephyr Glaive, strength +1 user, so whatever this user is +1, so they'll be strength 6. Excuse me. Yeah, probably. Strength 5 or 6.
Why would they? Most Eldar are base strength 3.
Okay, then they'd probably be strength 4. AP2, and any jet bike can replace the Shuriken cannon with a Haywire cannon, 24 inches, strength 4, AP4 blast, Haywire. War gear, each one comes with a holo suit, Starbola, Mirage launcher, 4 plus invulve or shooting, or it might be a cover. Fear, Furious Charge, and Hit and Run are the special rules.
Yep.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I'm all about these Harlequins, man. Because I'm all about that Harlequin. About that Harlequin.
Stop.
But it looks like they're not going to be enough to be like a full codex, unfortunately.
They are a full codex.
They're going to have enough, like, the size of, like, Necrons.
They're coming out as a codex. It's going to be a codex for sale. I've seen the cover already.
Interesting. Oh, man, I'm going to have to open this up, take a look-see at it, do what we want to do. Get John to paint them all up for me.
Yeah, no, not happening.
Jared B, what is up, my man? Already did our Wormahors roundup. Now we're talking about some Harlequin love that Steven loves his Harlequins. John is better than Steven at CSGO, I agree. But not Wormahordes.
He doesn't know that.
Or being awesome.
He just assumes.
Really, the only thing John is better than me at is CSGO. And me and Dave are kind of wrecking him the other day.
Nope, I won.
He had to restart the game twice.
No, the game restarted itself, dude.
And then Dave with the jumping.
Yeah, that should just not have happened. That was like pure luck.
Dave jumped up and headshotted. Oh
yeah.
Man, it was amazing.
So we were playing to 8, right? But for whatever reason, the game decided that it wanted to only play 6 rounds each time. So first set of rounds, we were tied 3-3, and it was 2-on-1. It was the two of them against me.
It was really 1v1.
Hey, Dave got Dave got more kills than you did, Steven.
In the first 2, I had all of the kills.
Well, and then you got a big fat goose egg because I wrecked your face. Anyway, continuing on talking about stuff that actually matters. And then in the second set of rounds, I think it was they got 4 rounds and I only got 2. So it was 7-5 at that point, and then I won 3 straight to win 8-7.
And because John had to restart, we would have won.
I didn't restart it, Steven. I didn't restart it. So you can stop saying that because I didn't restart it.
Okay, John didn't restart it, but we had all the money, we had all the power, we were going to win. And then we didn't.
Yep, you got.
Because then it went back to a pistol round.
You got owned. You got owned.
But then we played it out. We played all 6 rounds, and then the very last round, we had John down to like 5 HP. It was Dust 2. I was sitting on, I don't know what that box is called, by platform, and Dave was sitting like in CT.
Yeah, on the jump box, we could jump up and see the cat, and he jumps up with his owl and just takes some shots and hits me in the head.
No, he took one shot. He jumped once with one bullet and just right in John's
and this is like, and I was like, real? Is that how that actually goes? That's stupid.
That's real life right there, bro.
I was like, well, you deserve that one, Dave. Congrats on your luck, bro.
It's okay. How many times did we get jumping headshotted today, John?
God, the games we played today was awful. Like we couldn't get teammates that knew what they were doing or were actually trying to seriously play. Like, it was bad.
It's fun.
It wasn't fun.
It was not fun.
It was not fun. There was one fun round where I rushed up mid and killed 3 of them from behind with my dualies. That was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
What's actually been fun is playing with Dave now. Like, the 3 of us playing. I mean, it's always fun with more people.
It is.
And Dave,
actually, Dave messaged me the other day. Let's see. It was on my other one. It was on my other account. He said something along the lines of, I just played a game and won, and I went like, and he went like, he had like some like 25 or 34 kills and something, and only like 15 deaths. And I was like, what?
Can we confirm that? I mean, is that confirmable?
The only way we could confirm it is to go onto his account or have him send us the demo.
Man, look at Dave. When he's not playing with us, too, he doesn't get paired against Gold Nova once.
Yeah, so, I mean, playing against those better people does make you better.
Ever since I started playing with John, like, John may never admit it, but I get better every time we play.
Do you?
I do. Every time we play, I get better, even if it's just the strategy.
Are you sure?
Shut up, John. I can't win games, dude, going 1v5. Or 2v5 when the other... You guys don't understand. Today, like, kids were running out and dying, and, like, 3 of our team, the other 3 teammates were running out 15 seconds into the game, and you'd see, like, death, death, death. And me and John are still in T-spawn, just barely making it to where we want to go.
Yeah, that game was... Like, I was the only one that had a positive scoreline on the team.
John is a great CSGO, by the way. He is, like, a straight baller.
Yeah, like I couldn't even make things happen because that's how bad it was. Like, I couldn't even make something happen.
I mean, it sounds like, you know, like CS:GO is a game where it is team oriented. Yes, you can go 1v5 occasionally, but John was having to pretty much 1 or 2v5 every single round, and eventually they just collapse you. You know, they rush you from all sides, and John will kill the first one, and then dude behind him headshots him. Yeah. So, I mean, you can't expect much in that situation. You can't have 3 members die in 15 seconds and win.
Yeah, it's really hard.
But it's like taking over guns too. Like, they gave up ops, they gave up, you know, autos, and like, holy cow.
Yeah, it was bad. Anyway, we'll move back to wargaming chat now. Like, I'll talk about my league games that I played this week. I played Dave and I played Paul. So
did you play both?
I did.
Because he's a baller.
Right. So Dave is playing Mercs. He's playing Drake McBain. And he's like basically all Steelhead. So he has Drake McBain, P. Iris, a Nomad, 2 full 10-man units of Steelhead Halberdiers, a unit of Steelhead Cav, and Stannis Procker. And I have my Butcher 3 list.
Okay.
So, yeah. Basically...
Did you deliver the Butcher?
I tried. I ended up being just like a little bit short of being able to pull Drake to me. So I just killed his Nomad and like all of his what's it called? Like all of his Steelhead Halberdiers. The ones that I didn't kill, since I pulled members from both units in, they auto fail a fear check.
Okay.
And so they just like the rest of the unit counts as fleeing. Mm-hmm. Right? So the turn after I like went for this assassination but failed because I was out of range for the pull. I get lucky enough that Iris hits Drake McBain, so he gets no focus. So he can't really, you know, do anything to me in the next turn. Because by that time he has like 2 members of each Steelhead unit left. They're both units are fleeing, effectively. so they can't come after me and attack me. And then his cavalry is on like the other side of the board, and they could try and get to me, but why won't they get to me? They won't get to me because there's just there's just stuff in the way, right? Like I have my Devastator in the way. I have random models in the way and stuff like that.
Which means basically the fact that Butcher got to sit there and then charge you.
Yeah. So his one hope was that his Iris would now hit Butcher because the Bokor was no longer sitting next to Butcher to shield guard this. Because he had to go do his own thing. His one hope was Iris hits the Butcher, makes the Butcher not able to replenish focus.
Ooh. Good play.
That's his one hope. And
almost double ones.
Well, basically, I mean, I'm defense 14 and she's rat 9. So she needed a 5 and he rolled like a 3 or something.
Oh, he didn't boost or anything?
Well, he can't boost. Normally he has fortune on her, but since Drake couldn't replenish focus, he couldn't keep up.
Oh,
fortune.
Man.
So if that had happened, he may have had a chance. But because that didn't happen, he had to run Drake away, obviously, because Drake didn't have any focus to even be in the fight.
But the Butcher caught him.
The Butcher got over there and just chopped him up. Just chopped him up. So, even though I didn't get, like, my classic assassination run, I still just... I won. I won it relatively... I'll say relatively easily. But, yeah, the fact that that Disruptor Bolt missed was very unfortunate for him. And then my second game against Paul, like, he didn't even want to play. Like, he was like, I have no chance. You should,
I hate people like that.
you could just, like, we don't even have to play. And I was like, no, we gotta play. So we play. And it ends up being significantly closer than he could have ever imagined, right? On a technicality, but it did. So at any rate, like, he's got like basically an entire shooting list with Epic Hexorus and like Reavers.
That's actually a really good list to bring against the Butcher 3.
Right? So he picks off the Bokor really, really quickly. Takes out my support pieces pretty much all around. I forgot to put Gorman de Wolf on the board, didn't even use him. Whatever. And then so it comes down to where I'm trying to like work this assassination run because I think I've got it.
Okay.
And I declare a charge, but we determine basically that I can't fit my base where I was trying to go.
Okay.
So
honestly, was it not able to be fit there?
I don't know. It was really hard to tell. I mean, I have like a laser level, and we were trying to use that and stuff. I don't know. It in a like a perfect computer generating world where we could like draft up the perfect angles and all that crap. I don't know what it would have said. It was super close. It was really hard to tell. But because I failed a charge, activation ends, right? So I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there on 5 focus, and I still have like my War Dog near me at least. So there's that. But he sends in his Titan Cannoneer, does no damage. Sends in does all the crap that he can, tries shooting me stuff. Hexorus goes in, boosting, everything, feats. So he basically has 14 Fury worth of attacks.
Okay.
To put onto me, and the Butcher lives with 3 boxes and then chops Hexorus up.
Oh, man!
And you know why I lived? I lived because when he did his charge attack, he didn't boost to hit to make sure that he got the boosted damage. So he missed his charge attack. And then at the very end, he had 1 remaining Fury that he could have used to boost that. And because of that, I lived by 3 boxes. So, yeah, he had a real chance. He went from, oh, I don't even want to play, you can just have the win, to almost beating me, to almost killing Butcher.
Why was Paul like that, man? Like, he actually had a really good list to bring against you.
because he didn't think there was anything he could do. He didn't think he could, like he knew he couldn't kill my Devastator. He just
You don't
ignored
need
it the
to
whole
kill the
game.
Devastator.
I
Yeah,
know. I know he doesn't need to kill the Devastator.
you
He just
killed
assumed he was going to
everything.
be in the way. Like he just assumed he'd be in the way the whole game. Like I could just keep the Devastator in front of the Butcher somehow and still kill him. Like
Nope.
yeah, exactly right.
Like all you had to do was kill all the support pieces, which he did, and you probably didn't even have to throw. You probably did not have to throw Hexers that turn at like Butcher.
He did because it was a kill box scenario. So if he didn't go in that turn, the Butcher would have. If he didn't send Hexers in,
Oh, okay.
I would have either killed both of his beasts and then he'd be screwed, or I would just if the War Dog's still alive, which he was, I think, I'd just ignore the free strikes and just walk in and kill him.
Oh man, wait, War Dog prevents free strikes?
As long as you're within 3 inches, so when you have to go through some free strikes, you just run him up because he has like a 7-inch move base, so he can run like 14 inches, and you just run him up to where you want the free strikes to be ignored, and just waltz right past it.
People are starting to figure out your Butcher 3 list there, John.
Well, I would expect, myself to have a little bit of trouble against an all-shooting list.
Who do you think your biggest competition in the league is?
Biggest competition or the hardest one for me to beat, just list to list?
Okay, you can do both.
I can't decide if it's going to be harder for me to deal with the Gorshade, like Roberto's Gorshade 3, or Mason, the Exelon Thexus, because I guess depending on when I come up against him, if I have the Conquest and he can't move it with his feet, and then therefore get to me and kill me.
You can't move it with any. Remember,
you can't move it with anything. Exactly, right? But if I play him before I put the Conquest in my list, then he just moves, like just breaks my brick apart and comes in and kills me.
It's I'm pretty psyched, man, to see that Gorshade 3 versus Butcher 3 matchup, though.
Yeah, that one's interesting.
You're not gonna have a fun time with that one, John.
Well, just the sheer length of my possible assassination run is significantly longer than his. I mean, he's got an 8-inch move plus 3 inches for the charge and reach.
I thought he had a movement buff to himself.
Nope.
Okay. Your run is significantly longer, but his is significantly better. And that makes sense.
It's not better. It's good, but it's not better. It's easier.
It's going to be a game of who gets their assassination off first. And that's going to be really... I hope you guys record that.
Theoretically, we can.
You guys should, because that is going to be one intense... Because you guys are going to be setting up your pieces perfectly. And, John, you're probably going to get to go first on it. Oh,
well,
man.
I mean, theoretically, both of us... Like, he would probably prefer a non-kill box scenario. Whereas I prefer a kill box scenario. Because then he can only be so far away from me. And he's going to send his stuff in to try and do his little feat. Which means I'm going to have, like, something in Madeline's command range. I've been, like, sending out one of my, what's it called? One of my War guy as just, like, bait. Like, kill me, to get me vengeance.
Question, is the normal Butcher 3 list running a Conquest?
No, usually the normal Butcher 3 list, like, the ones that I see are, like, 3 Clan Jacks, like, either, like, Devastator, Demolisher, or something, or, double Black Dragon, Iron Fang Pikeman, type thing. Like, the whole point, the reason I take the Conquest is just to have something that, can't just be moved aside.
Here we go. Is this a... okay, that's Blood in the Snow tier list. We're not doing that.
Not a tier list.
Butcher 3, here we go. Is this a normal list? War Dog, Devastator, Fenris. Man of War, Dracoon, Mounted. Iron Fang, Kovnik. Widowmakers. Black Dragon, BDIFP.
Right.
BDIFP again. Saxonor, Corbeau, Gorman, and Harlan Varsh.
No, it doesn't have a Bocor. So that's not... I mean, that would work, but it's not the style that I'm going for.
Scotland. This is Scotland in the WTCs. His right here is War Dog, Spriggan, Juggernaut, Torch, Colden Lord, Nis Hunters, Captain Valachev, Madeline Corbeau, Organ Bokur, Client to the Butcher, Ragman, Iris 2, and Gorman.
See, that's still really weird. Like,
it took 5th.
Yeah, but it's still really weird. Well, it's in the WTC. It didn't take 5th. Team Scotland took 5th, and there were 10 different lists. Like, that's just it's weird because, like, the Colden Lord stuff. Like the whole point of
here we go. I think I found your standard list.
Okay.
The War Dog, the Juggernaut, and now we're at Bokur, Corbeau, Iris, Oric, Kovnik, Dracoon, Widowmaker Marksman, BDFP,
yeah,
Doom Reavers, the Grey Lord Escort, Widowmakers, and Fenris.
Yeah, see, that's still not even
what
I would do. Like, basically, the way I'm running it is, at this point, I have Butcher, War Dog, Devastator, Prime Iris, Gorman de Wolf, Warren Midwinter, Madeline Corbeau, Saxon Auric, Alexia and the Risen.
Oh.
And then...
Dig the Alexia.
Yeah, well, Alexia, Orin, and Iris all threaten, like, the casting of enemy spells, which you kind of need to do, because if they can get some stupid, like, spell on you that stops you from going places and doing stuff, that way you... Yeah, sorry, what?
Greenlee Terrain says, you guys are not on the MWG page. Hard to find. Maybe that's why our viewer count is so low, because we are not on MWG.
Maybe. It's weird, because I'm on Mini Wargaming too. I think it's because,
the server?
No, my guess is because it never, it has a schedule, or had a scheduled on the thing for Wednesdays or whatever.
Okay.
It says on their page that there's no live shows currently scheduled, so I don't know if they just stopped like.
Oh, it's not on. Is it said it's not on your end?
Oh.
It's on. It's the Mini Wargaming page won't even load.
Oh. Okay. Well, either way, yeah.
What's painting progress?
Yeah, I'm gonna just finish this step and then I can show them. I'm almost there.
I'm digging that Alexia the Risen pick.
Yeah, the Alexia and the Risen's good. You know, as things die, you get to grab those souls. You have Thrall shenanigans and stuff.
Poop them out, and they're jammers. Like, they jam so hard.
Yeah.
Alexa could kill models herself just by, you know.
Yeah. And basically you have her in one area, you have Orin in another. So it's like you can have like big areas of can't cast spells or cost you double to cast spells.
Interesting.
And then if you can hit them with Iris, that's just a massive boon always. Never a bad thing to hit them with Disruptor Bolt. Unless, you know, of course, they're hordes. In which case she becomes more of a Death Bolter / Phantom Seeker shooter, just for the heck of it. So, yeah. That's basically the... So, as I progress in points, I take out the Devastator.
I agree. I don't think the Devastator should be...
The Devastator's there, especially early on, because 1, he's an Armor 25 wall, and 2 is he's got Bulldoze, so he can just move stuff out of the way.
I agree with the low points, but not high points.
Yeah, so I put in the Conquest because it protects me from things that, I mean, just knowing what the enemy casters are going to be. It protects me from Excellent Thexus feats. It protects me from Krios 1 feats. I mean, it doesn't stop me from being knocked down, but it stops him from knocking down the stuff in front of me and just shooting me up or reaching over it. It provides decent firepower. It can kill just about anything that I need it to. It can clear a big lane with tramples or whatever. You know, like it can do stuff. I mean, it's either between that and then like the other things I want to add in. You know, now that I have all the solos in there, like good things to add in are Widowmakers because they can clear away, like basically just clear things up. Like you just take things that clear lanes. Widowmakers, Greylord Turnians with their sprays are good for clearing lanes, or you take things that are going to get in their face, jam them up, or just be hard to dislodge without any extra help. Black Dragon, Iron Fang Pikeman being a big one of those.
It's actually really good that some things only affect Warbeast and some things only affect Hordes.
Here, this is this, by the way.
Go ahead, John.
No, I'm just showing up. I'm gonna just show the model here. Yeah, there we go. Nice and close up.
It actually balances it really well too, especially if like one thing is wrecking War Machine, and then you factor in the Hordes. Well, now it may not be so good to take in a tournament because half your opponents are going to be Hordes. So that's something you kind of got to factor in. So I actually kind of like that from that perspective. John, I think you should do dirty things to your league. And tell Mason about the McBain, Durgan, Earthbreaker combo.
You mean
the 22 inches with Terran, the 22 inches.
McBain, Durgan?
I know they're two different. I don't know which caster it is that has the 22-inch threat.
I don't think it's Drake McBain. He didn't do anything for a Colossal.
It might be Durgan then.
It's got to be Durgan, Mad Hammer. And besides, McBain and Durgan are both casters, so you can't really take both of them.
That's why I said them together. But it's like Terran, Mad Hammer, and then an Earthbreaker, and you have like this 22-inch.
Well, that doesn't matter because there's not going to be anything in that. We'll never make it into the league because the casters are already set for the league.
Oh, you should do dirty things then.
Nope, don't care.
But it's actually really interesting that John puts a Conquest in there because he's right. It actually does stop a lot of things. Just in the base itself, it's harder to get an assassination run because you have to go around the Colossal.
Yeah, without getting rid of the Colossal itself, which is a lot of boxes to chew through.
Gorshade's the only one that can go through it, but then he has to have enough movement to finish his movement on the other side of it. So
I didn't think Gorshade could go through it. I thought he just ignores all free strikes.
He does it. When he goes ghostly, he can move through models, but he has to have enough movement. It's not like League of Legends where if you pop the ward, halfway through, you automatically go through.
I didn't think Ghostly let you move through models. I thought Ghostly just let you move through.
It could be incorporeal
terrain. Incorporeal lets you go through models.
He might be incorporeal because I know that he just moves wherever.
He's not incorporeal because you can attack him without him attacking you. His way of just going wherever he wants is
He's Lord of Ruin, right? Yes, he is. He's Lord of Ruin.
Yeah. His way of going wherever he wants is that he just ignores free strikes since he's ghostly.
He is ghostly. He's Terror, Undead, Spell Vortex.
Pretty sure ghostly doesn't let you move through models, just through terrain features. You ignore rough terrain, and you ignore free strikes.
Gorshade does have a bonus to speed.
What is it?
Infernal Machine.
That's something you cast on your Jack.
Lame. You're right. Hate Battle College. Siphon Bolt's...
Siphon Bolt's pretty cool.
Siphon Bolt's how he assassinates you.
Yeah, he used the Siphon Bolt to take away your focus or whatever.
And then uses the focus to beat you down with it.
Exactly.
Yes, so it is Ghostly. And Ghostly allows a model to advance through terrain obstacles without penalty and advance through any obstruction as long as it can move completely past it. Also, this model ignores
free strikes, so he can't move over your base.
He cannot move over your base.
So that stops him greatly. And especially with having Conquest, that's like, good luck. Good luck moving all the way around a 5-inch base, like from a place where you were safe. What's that?
Factions could do well with your stupid Conquest.
What? Oh, I don't care.
Trolls would eat your stupid conquest.
Yeah, and then they would die to Butcher.
Probably.
Not probably. They would die to Butcher. Powerful Strength 16 Weapon Master, who, because he's playing against hordes, would have something that negates your ability to heal or gain or take tough rolls on his weapon.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Pull all your stupid.
I think I'm so cool.
Pull all your stupid warders in. They die. Pull them out of stone range.
Eat you alive then.
No. Champions won't get to me because it's re-brick up.
Everything else will be dead. The only thing you'll have left is Butcher, and then Butcher will eat my warders, and then I'll eat Butcher.
You forget that the other stuff I'll have is longer threat range than your champions are.
Okay, so John, you watch Thorn, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of Thorn as a whole, as a caster, or as a reporter, or as a,
I think as someone
content creator?
As a content creator, I think he's fine. I mean,
I like the pieces he does. I think everything that comes out of his mouth is gold. No. But the other day on his Summoning Insight for League of Legends, and like Monte Cristo, you know who Monte Cristo is, right?
Yeah, he basically like does DreamHack essentially, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He may have said the only smart thing I've ever heard him say on the stream.
Who?
Monte Cristo.
About what?
Well, Monte Cristo loves Koreans. He thinks nobody can beat Koreans. Koreans are the best thing in the whole world. Koreans, right?
Yeah.
But the other day on the show, he goes about trash talking. And he's like, why does the Western scene get so butthurt about trash talking? It's part of the game. Deal with it. Shut up. Stop calling for reports every other second. Stop saying people need to get kicked out for trash talking. Like, he just went on this whole rant, and, like, everything he said, I was like, wow, I really agree with you. Yeah, I'm not saying everybody needs a trash talk. If it's not your forte to trash talk, then don't do it. But we are going. We want to trash talk. John trash talks me all the time every time he headshots me.
No. I trash talk you because you trash talk me. I just give
it's
you.
It's more fun when we're, like, dogging each other, and then you do actually headshot me through a wall jumping, and I'm like, oh.
And yeah.
I suck.
Well, no. This is how it actually goes. You kill me once, you say a bunch of trash talk because it's your moment in the spotlight or whatever, and you have to make sure that I know that you killed me.
Exactly, and
then I kill you, and I say stuff back because, yeah, eat it now, Steven, and then the first words out of your mouth are always some sort of excuse.
By the way, first off, I do not condone people being like, you should die, like, I hope your whole family gets murdered, and, like, then you start using racial slurs and stuff like that, But if somebody's like, oh, headshot, oh, I got you, whatever, like, come on. Some trash talk is, like there's a line. And I'm an outgoing personality. I'm a very big personality when it comes to trash talk. Even in fact, when I roll dice and, like, I need a big dice roll, like, I celebrate a little bit out loud because, it's a big moment. It's an emotional moment for me. Like, the whole game hinges on this moment. Like, when I was going against Scar and I fell 4 boxes short, I was like, oh, and, like, I'm an animated person. I don't like rubbing my opponent's face, though. Like, you suck, sell your models, you're the worst thing I've ever seen, blah, blah, blah.
Really? Because you talk trash like that in CSGO. Like,
sell your models?
No,
sell your models,
yeah,
John.
no. You're like, wow, you suck.
They do, though.
Like, but it's funny because you're always, like, the worst scorer on the team and you're talking all this trash. Like,
actually,
you just need to stop.
Just bad fragging.
I'm always like, Steven, stop talking. Just don't talk. Just don't say anything to these kids.
Hey,
and then he always does it anyway.
I did not start it.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who starts it.
Like, there's a thing. Like, if you talk to me, I'm going to talk back.
I hate it. It makes me not want to play with you when you do it. I have to say.
I think trash talk's part of the game.
It's not.
Especially, like, when you peek somebody like from mid into
You're
the floors of dust 2, and you're just like boom, and I'm like, yeah, sucker, you suck.
yeah. I mean, it's one thing to talk about it with your buddies like, oh, I just wrecked that dude or whatever, but it's different.
So
It's way different and way less cool when you go, oh, I just wrecked you, because now it's just gonna create like a stupid little war between the two people. Like
okay, so
every
John,
time he kills you now, he's gonna say stuff, and every time you kill him after that, because he's saying stuff, you're gonna say stuff again, and it's a distraction for no reason.
I guess as long as we're winning, it doesn't matter.
I
So
don't I don't like it. I don't like when you do it, and it makes me not want to play with you.
so John, here's a question I have for you.
Sure.
So when you're playing War Machine, do you get animated like I do?
Uh,
First off, I never tell anybody in War Machine. I've never once said to my opponent, and my opponents can vouch for this, and I'll even put my reputation on the line for that. I've never said to somebody, you suck at War Machine.
no, I don't play my
But
game.
when you get like that big dice roll to assassinate a caster, or like your
If
charge
I
range,
roll, yeah, if I roll big, like yeah, I get a little excited, like a smile on my face, or I'll go,
like a fist pump or something, like woo.
I'll be like, ooh, needed that or something, like, but not like, yeah, look at that dice roll. Oh yeah, you're dead. No,
I don't do that one either.
like
Honestly, I feel like I have better
that, or
sportsmanship
but I mean,
in
I go the other
person.
way with it too. Like I go if I roll really bad, I'm like, uh, like, I guess my dice don't want to roll.
Well, that's the thing. In person, people are always going to be more tame because you have
Because
keyboard.
you're not
You're not
anonymous
behind the
on the
keyboard
internet. Yeah.
because there are people that will punch you in the face.
If they don't like the way you're acting.
So this keyboard warrior thing, takes a lot out of it too. And I never ever use like when I'm playing a game with somebody. I
Okay,
will never.
I guess I have to amend my statement. I have done that before, but I've only done that like I specifically remember doing it like playing in a team, like a 2v2 team battle, where I was like it was me and Dave, or me and J-Ro, or me and Andy against the other two there, and like
By the way, I don't cheer
but
for my.
we're specifically playing to have fun. It's not like it's a competitive event, right? It's not like
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
we're just messing around and having fun, and that's why I did it. Like I've done it to Thomas too, because we were just playing around having fun. Like we weren't.
First off, I do not cheer for my opponent because I do want to win the game. Do I like throw a tantrum, like flip table? No. But like, do I get upset when I see do I feel bad when I see the double sixes to kill my caster? And I'm like,
You're
well,
like, oh.
I know, exactly. Like, well, damn it. Except not with a smile on my face. Like, I feel kind of
Yeah, it's
upset.
more like, oh, dang it.
Exactly. Like, I'm kind of
Everything
upset at that
sucks.
moment because he just rolled box cards to kill. Like you need box cards to kill it, and you roll it. Like, go ahead, you can be excited, but I'm not gonna be. Like, I'm sick of all this. Like, I want interviews from people. Like, I love Marshawn Lynch, by the way. Like, me and John had this rivalry, but when he was like, "I'm just here so I won't get fined," on interviews, I loved it. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh, we need good sportsmanship. You know what? Good sportsmanship does not mean cheering for your opponent. It means playing the game with integrity, no cheating, following the rules, no like slandering and bad mouthing people. That's what good sportsmanship is. You're supposed to be competitive level, and when you have these interviews with people, like, oh, they tried their hardest, but we just did some stuff, and they could have won and stuff. That's I hear that every interview. That's not what happened. Tell me, like, yeah, we beat them 2v2 bot lane, we snowballed it, or like, yeah, I overran the right side of his board, he couldn't do anything about it, I won the game, I had a better strategy. Because you did have, it's okay to have a little cockiness in your responses, especially in interviews like that. I'm not saying like, yeah, that dude's trash, oh, he's garbage, blah blah blah.
Well, I think the reason that people don't do it is not because people get butthurt. It's because now they have to back that up pretty much every time. So as soon as they get beat or lose, everyone starts talking about that interview, the things they say in their interviews. And
like, you guys heard me talk about my loss to Carter today. Full respect for Carter. But let me tell you something, like, I wasn't happy when I lost to Carter. when it happened. It was still a good game.
Right, but it doesn't mean like when you win and you do better, you should go mouthing off. It doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's not what I mean.
Anybody, but if I had beaten Carter, I'd have been like, yeah, I had a better strategy than him. People cry after they play with you. I don't compliment my opponents. I mean, I may say like, oh, that was a good strategy, or oh, I never saw that coming. But I'm not like, good dice roll, bro. You go. It's still I'm still a competitive person. I still want to win the game. I don't think you have to cheer for your opponent to be a good sport. I mean, you could stick to the whole if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all attitude. You know, be silent the whole game, except for certain things, and you'd be a good sport. There's a line of trash talk where it's okay to trash talk. I mean, you are playing a social game. That's why we play the game with each other. It's social. You can trash talk, but when you start throwing around words that cannot be said on the stream, or it goes beyond a certain level, and that's when it becomes detrimental. Have some swagger about you, like these pro players. Like let's take CS:GO. Like John hates it because he hates Fnatic. He hates Fnatic, but they have swagger. They
don't. They don't have swagger.
They think they're the best.
No. When they're in interviews and stuff, they don't have swagger. In the game, they have teams that they respect and teams that they don't, and it shows in their gameplay.
I've seen a few interviews from Fnatic that were definitely not your standard good game guys.
Well, wasn't necessarily, they were like, oh, they played a really good game, and we just happened to beat them. Obviously, no, they don't do that, but that doesn't mean they're all like...
No, they're not like walking out there like, yeah,
like, they suck, we rule, everyone... No, but they're like, if they didn't respect the team in their gameplay, they don't hide it in the interview. But if they...
You could show it, too.
But when they do, when they play against top teams, and they come out on top, if they are in an interview, they're like, well, we've played them a lot.
They've mastered the trash talking. I think Fnatic and CS:GO actually have, mastered that, because you're right. It shows in-game, first off, when they're, wrecking a team. And then out of game, they don't take it to that level, but, they don't hide it either.
Well, they're more like, well, we've played them a lot, and we knew what to expect from them.
And we crushed them.
No, because a lot of the time it's not them crushing, especially recently.
I mean, holy cow, they went 2 overtime games in the recent one. And, I guess League of Legends where I'm seeing it the most right now are these cookie-cutter interviews, because Riot's trying to tailor to, the family environment. And Forgiven recently, who's been reinstated...
It's literally like, the cookie-cutter sports interviews, really. That's
what I mean.
They want to hear... in sports interviews, the interviewer will ask a question, and the coach or whoever will give an answer that had nothing to do with the question. Most of the time.
So what do you think about your strategy in the game? Well, the enemy team.
Well, it's this statistic from the first half. What are you going to do about that? Oh, well, we're just going to go out there and play our best. Well, that had nothing to do with the 3 interceptions that our quarterback threw in the first half.
Going around that they won't interview Forgiven right now because they're afraid of what he'll say in an interview. Because he kind of has a me personality on the scene, who's over in Korea, guys. For anybody that's curious, Korea and China, trash talking is the thing there. They actually have whole sessions of their shows dedicated to people going in this room, and they had what was this? There was a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament over there, whatever. And the best trash talker or whatever, whoever got burned the worst, couldn't use Fox's default skin for a year. And one guy did a whole rap about it. People get way too butthurt over here in America. I agree with that statement. If somebody trash talks you, great, make them look like an asshole.
Make them look like a jerk. Yeah,
make
that's exactly what you said. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching StarCraft back in the day, and Like
Nobody's
whenever
upset.
the Koreans would do their interviews, they'd be like they'd always say the same things, and they were relatively cookie cutter, but it was always like a trash talk thing. It's like if they didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to 2-0 him," they would say, "I just hope we have good games. We're just going to try and make good games for you." So it was either that was the nice answer, and then the trash talk answer was always, "I'm just going to 2-0 him," or "I'm just going to 4-0 him," or "I'm just going to 3-0 him," or whatever, whatever.
My favorite interview question, John, is when they ask somebody on a certain team, so which team do you think is going to win, yours or the other one? Like, what do you expect them to say in that situation? Like, well, I think both teams have a good chance at winning. Like, no, I think my team's going to win, because I'm on it.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't understand some of the interview questions. Like, they ask these, like, complicated questions or really stupid questions and expect, like, good answers. Like, the answers are always crappy. Like, I don't understand.
So, do you agree that there's a difference between trash talk and toxic?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm throwing the word toxic out there, and I shouldn't, but you know what I mean by the
yeah,
word toxic.
yeah. I know what you mean. I think there is a difference.
There's a healthy level of trash talk.
There's a tolerable level, right? It's usually one thing, and then if you keep talking, you just need to stop.
Exactly. You know, like, and you can read other people. Like, if I come up to you at a table and I'm more outgoing in personality and I say certain things, and you can say certain things, it's a give and take. If my opponent comes up and is very silent most of the game, like my Retribution player, well, then I'm going to be kind of more silent too, because I know that he's not a very outgoing personality. I don't want to.
He's just here to play the game. He's not here to chat with you or get to know you. He's not trying to be friends. He's just trying to play the game.
And then he might go to, like, the store owner, and he might complain about me. So it's just, it's a lot less hassle. But, like, when I played against that Menoth guy, like, he was very outgoing. Like, he was talking to me about my models and stuff. And then he made a joke at his own expense. So, I threw him back at myself, and then we started exchanging them. You know what I mean? Like, that was, like, a really fun game.
Yeah, but I feel like there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that in video games because of the anonymity aspect.
The keyboard warriors, they always take it too far. Like, John, I mean, you can say, like, you're right, like, you don't want to play with me and stuff, but I will never, ever push that Q button and use, like, I'll never like, when I yell at them for what they're doing wrong. I don't just, like, oh, you're stupid, beep, 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 beep. I'm always like, why did you drop the bomb over there? Can we please stop rushing along without, Like, I get frustrated with what they're doing, not just randomly attacking people.
Well, you
said
to you in the most recent game, you said to them, "You kids are so bad."
I did.
So you can't even say that you don't just. It doesn't matter. That's still attacking them. It's still not constructive.
That one sentence was not constructive. I agree with that. But more often than not, my sentences are not like that in public chat. To you, John, I will vent in a different way because, you and I are...
Yeah. Well, I have no problem. Like, I love, like... Back in the day when I'd play League of Legends with this one guy, and we would sit in, like, Vent or whatever it was, Skype, whatever you want to call it, and we would play, and most of the time, we would just rage about what was going on in the game, mostly about ourselves. Like,
I tell John I suck all the time.
Or like, oh, of course this guy's playing this currently really strong champion. Oh, look at this champion doing what it does. Oh, look at that. Oh, like just things like that. But we never said anything in game. We would just do that, and that was fun. Like, that was fun. Like, even when we were losing and getting crapped on, we would still just be like, oh, woe is us. So let's play again. Let's just have fun,
Hey, the other day, John, in public chat, when I was 1-13 or whatever, I took full responsibility for that loss.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine, but...
Full responsibility. You guys could have done whatever you wanted.
I remember that one Mirage game where we were, like, doing okay, and I was, like, top of the scoreboard, and I said one thing in...
Oh, yeah, and they
I said one thing
it wasn't even bad. It was like,
yeah.
hey guys, something like he was trying to be
Well,
helpful.
no. What I said was like they were like, oh, well, you know, why can't we win a round or whatever? I was like, well, I just killed 3 of them, so maybe if the 4 of you guys could get together and get the other 2, then we'd have a chance to win a round.
And then
So it was sarcastic, and I said something, and this is why I try not to ever say anything, because instantly they didn't want, they were just out to get me instantly.
I mean, I think, what does that say about, like, as John, you didn't do anything wrong in that sentence. They asked a question and you answered it honestly with a good answer because you were right. I mean, you had a lot to be frustrated. Maybe the community should stop being so butthurt about what people say and take responsibility for their level of play.
Yeah.
Maybe they should, you know... What up, Hobo?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, good stuff. You may have a date. I really think, John, like the community does get too butthurt about what people say. You know, when somebody criticizes your play or what you're doing, like, guys, at me and John's current, where we're playing at right now, everything I do is bad. Okay? If John tells me to do something, it's not because John, with the way his tone may come across is bad, but what he says to me is like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you doing this? I've told you this 1,000 times. And I'm like, oh my god, John's right. Like, stop being so butthurt about it and start realizing that, like, what you're doing is what's keeping you back from being these top-level players.
Yeah, well, I personally, like, refrain from trying to coach the people that are on my team if I don't know them and stuff like that, because I just don't want to deal with it. Like, more often than not, trying to tell someone something just leads them to be angry at you for even saying anything, or just to well now I'm going to troll you to get you back.
But why do you think, like, I don't know, maybe you and I have different personalities to the rest of the world, John, but let's say we're playing War Machine. Let's relate it to wargaming.
War Machine's very different because there's no keyboard
Even
and internet between them.
Somebody told me, like, yeah, I think your deployment's wrong.
Well,
I'm not going to be like,
well, that's
nah, you're lame. Why do you think my deployment is wrong?
Well, that's very different. Like, especially if they have, you know, reasons to back it up. Like, there is certain, you know, things that are, you know, it would be smarter to do this because of this reason. It's a lot harder in a much more abstract type game where there's a lot of ways to do things right.
If I can be frank about it, I think one reason is CSGO and League of Legends are global. They have 10 times the players, and I say 10 times like a small number. No, because let's take wargaming, tabletop gaming as 10 million people. There's 100 million people playing these games out there,
yeah.
And the difference is they see these pro players on there making 6-figure salaries because they're good at the game, and they get on these teams by being just really good at solo queue. But, you know, by queuing up, ranking up, and going out. Like in League of Legends, you can make a pro team by making the challenger.
Yeah.
So they think in their heads, oh, if I make challenger, I'll get on a pro team. So every time your team is not helping him get to that level, you know what I mean? He's gonna start raging because he thinks he's that good. He thinks these silver players are holding me back. Blah blah blah. When he doesn't realize that there's so much more than that to the game, and maybe you are just a gold or a silver player right now. Yeah. I do not honestly think I'm as good as Michael Lele. All right, that dude is straight baller. All right, those guys. And I think that's the problem, is because in War Machine or tabletop gaming, you can't go pro. You can't make a 6-figure salary off tabletop gaming. So nobody really, you know, you win Crucible, yeah, it's a really cool honor. You're a great player. You get respect from the community. But, you know, if I lose in the tournament, it doesn't cost me anything but time. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if that makes sense.
Right.
Whereas, especially, like, you see this in Diamond a lot, too, in League of Legends, because Diamond is actually pretty close to Challenger, you know, Master tiers and Challenger tiers. His kids are so close, and they lose one game, and it's Rage City. It's F-bombs and A-bombs everywhere. Because they think that they're gonna get, they think Fnatic is, or, like, They think Fnatic's literally gonna call him up and be like, "Hey, you want to come play mid lane for us?" It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Some kid that won the 15-year-old like Dota 2, like, there's a reason. Like, he's an outlier, and I guarantee you, he didn't rage to get there. It's a natural. When you're an outlier, that means you have just natural skill. You put the practice in and you climb the ladder. You see things that others don't right away. Not every pro player is a savant of the game. John is better than me at CSGO, hands down.
John also has years and years of experience on Steven, which is why I am better than him at the game.
And every video he sends me, I watch. I've truly watched every video John has sent to me because I think it's going to make me a better player. I want the Gold Nova 1 badge underneath my name more than, like, anything, okay? But I understand the work and the time it's going to take to get there. And I think that's the problem, is that we have glorified, as the chat has already started talking about here, like, these pro video gamers are making these huge salaries for sitting on their butts playing computer games. Well, these kids that don't want to go to school and get real jobs and go to college because it's hard think, oh, I'll just be a pro player.
Yeah, I don't think you can just decide to be a pro player. There's gotta have something else. There's gotta be something, already special about you. You have to be one of those outliers.
Well, John, you've been a very high level CSGO player. You were 5 away from the top ranking in CSGO. Did you ever have an aspiration to go pro?
No.
Did you ever think it was a possibility? Because you got very high.
Not for me. No. I always had the aspiration of making, like, I'll make it to the next rank. That'll be cool. Maybe one day I'll be good enough to be global elite. But I personally,
you just want to play at the top, right?
Yeah, I personally don't think that I'm good enough to ever be on a professional team. I just don't see myself as that good.
I think pro gamers are overpaid for what they do. And there will never be a pro tabletop circuit, for everybody wondering. There never will be.
Yeah.
There will never be a cash prize. It will always be prize support for the tournament. Which is fine. Like, for me, playing the game is enough. I get so excited when John Skypes me, and he's like, oh, hey, let's go play some CSGO. And I'm like, dude, let's go play some CSGO.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
See if I can get this to... I think I'm finally breaking through my motivation barrier to play War Machine. I think the tournament kind of did it for me. Because I got some good games in with some good opponents. So, it wasn't the cookie cutter. Yeah, I saw P-Scar. But the other 2 lists, I saw some new stuff. And the Metal game was a great game. I had fun. So I'm starting to break through that motivation barrier. At no point in my career, even in League of Legends, I got to Diamond of League of Legends. I put in a lot of hours, a lot of time to get to Diamond. Made it as high as Diamond 3. And this is before the Master tier, so I was literally 2 tiers below Challenger level, or the attempt to get into Challenger. At no point did I ever, like, send a CV or a resume over to, like, Alliance or SK Gaming, like, hey, you should pick me up because I'm Diamond 3.
Where are you?
So, I think that's the part. I think we've glorified pro gamers to a sense where kids think that they can do it as a viable option. Especially young males, and, as much as I want to say it, females aren't the ones looking to go pro gamers, guys. They're the ones looking to go to college, get, like, doctor jobs and stuff. The average hours of video games being played is on an astronomical climb.
Hey, look, I have a very, very white airbrushed Raider right here. That's his. What do you think? What do you think of the hair color on this? I need to focus it myself. I was going for kind of very platinum blonde type look for your angel-y stuff.
But anyway, back to my. I think that's the reason why people are so toxic, along with the keyboard warriors kind of stuff. Just enjoy the game. Have fun with your friends. I actually learned, this kind of relates to wargaming, Adam Stewart, the pride and joy of our meta down here, is moving to the West Coast sometime this year. So we're going to have to learn all the stuff ourselves.
Brutal.
I know, man. We still have Carter.
Right.
So that's gonna help us out a lot. We still have Chris Cuevas. Oh, by the way, you know what, John? I've wanted to ask you this on stream. Okay.
Okay.
Just to test your knowledge
Oh, good.
of Warma Hordes.
Sure.
It's just a little fun quiz because I didn't even know all the answers. I did not know all the answers, by the way. I got a couple of them, but not all of them.
All right. All right.
This is on the official judge test to become a War Machine judge.
Okay.
What are the differences between Colossals and Battle Engines?
Differences?
Yes, sir.
I would say that Colossals can't move outside their activation.
And Battle Engines can.
Yeah, and Colossals can see over forests and cloud effects, and Battle Engines can't.
Okay.
Colossals have... I mean, are we just talking like differences that aren't obvious? Like, Colossals have, damage boxes on in two different arcs or whatever? Like, we're ignoring that kind of thing?
Yeah, okay, yeah, we're okay, I guess rules for Colossals and Battle Engines.
So basically, like effectively rules, because they're on the same base, doesn't mean they have the same rules kind of rules.
Exactly.
Okay. Battle Engines can be, I mean, maybe this is the same as Colossals can't move outside their activation, but Colossals can't be pushed or pulled or knocked down. Battle Engines can, I think. Maybe they can't be knocked down, but I don't know. That's all I can come up with.
I believe it's Battle Engines can get the aiming bonus.
Oh.
Colossals can't.
I didn't realize that Battle Engines get the aiming bonus.
It's either that way or the other way around. It's a really hard question.
Yeah. I think it'd be Colossals can get the aiming bonuses, but because they're basically a jack, but a Battle Engine can't, I would think.
There was also shoot, man.
Are there any other questions aside from this one that you were asked, or is it just this one?
I know he gave us the general style of question. He didn't give us all of them. Like, there's a lot of stacking questions. If effect A and effect B trigger at the same time, but a counter effect comes in, and then, basically like magic, like stacking and stuff.
Right.
Like, does
Hey, look, it's Dave. Hey, Dave. How's it going, Dave?
Oh, is Dave want to play some CSGO with us? Is that what I'm hearing?
Dave, don't hate, bro. Dave, you need to tell Steven about your crazy game that I only barely saw the chat of, or the text of, or the message of that you sent me. What's this?
Oh, Colossals can be bonded to Warcasters.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course Battle Engines can't be. They're not in a battle group.
It's basically like list all the... It was basically like a list question.
Oh.
Hang on. Let me type in Google some questions from the War Machine Judge test.
I need to show Dave what I got. Dave, look at Dave. I did it, Dave. I got it, Dave. It's fine, Dave. Yeah, I'm not better than him, just more appealing in every way. Wow. Wow, bro. Except my beard's better than yours, so, look at that beard.
Okay, so there was one with, ride-by attacks and terror.
If you make a ride-by attack, do you take a terror check? Or do they have to take a terror check?
The situation was like, in a game, an interaction caused by a ride-by attack and my opponent,
well, you're supposed to make command checks for proximity to terrifying entities as soon as you come within 3 inches of them.
The problem is, though, a terror check says it's tested when you end your movement.
I'm pretty sure it says that you...
At the bottom of the page, the prime rule book, a model or unit in melee range of an enemy model with terror or a model or unit with an enemy model with terror in its melee range must pass a command check or flee. So, John is correct.
Okay, I'm thinking of Abomination, which is you test when you come within 3 inches of it.
You would, but you got it, technically got it right when you said you would still take the check when you came into melee range of it.
Yeah.
But it is a good question, though, because it is kind of a tricky one. Because you haven't technically finished your movement yet.
Yeah, it is. That is weird. I mean, you'd have to...
What Chris said when he took the test is that there's basically like 7 pages of the rule book that you need to study. Because it's like all the rules in a row, pretty much. And he's like, that's where a lot of the questions you can answer come from. Because those are basically like where all the hard questions would come in reference to like stacking and stuff.
And then, of course, for the Colossal Battle Engine one, you would need Wrath and Colossals.
Exactly. Pretty good though, right? Pretty nifty stuff. I'll see if I can pull some more questions for next week's show.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
We both learned something in the process, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave, do you want to play CSGO with us? Dave?
Well, either way, I gotta end the show here because I need to do some stuff tonight. So, at the very least, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.
The way the dice
we
rolls.
love you guys. No one heard Steven, so everything's great.
You did hear me.